I got PopSockets! Woo! Cool, so yeah, this week has been really cool for me on Amazon merch. I had my account unlocked for PopSockets. The email landed on my inbox. They sent me an invitation. Well, basically they told me that my account had been opened up to sell PopSockets. So this week I've been doing like a lot of research, learning about the legal stuff around selling PopSockets, the price points that people are selling PopSockets at, the designs, and I thought it'd just be good to talk you through how my account have changed, what I've learned about selling PopSockets, and show you basically how the whole creating and the design parts of PopSockets works once you get your account unlocked. So thanks for watching Starting Up. This channel is all about sharing tips for selling online. Make sure to give this video a like and share it if you find it useful, and also subscribe to the channel if you want more useful videos like this in the future, videos every Monday and Thursday. And while I'm talking you through my PopSockets experience and what I've learned since I had it activated a few days ago, I'd like you to share your insight with PopSockets. What have you learned that works? What doesn't work? What are the considerations people should have when their account just gets unlocked and they just start selling these themselves? Cool, so we're going to jump straight into my computer. So this is the Merch by Amazon PopSockets frequently asked question page, and this is what was sent to me when I got my email telling me that my account had been activated for PopSockets. And basically it's really important that you read this page because there's some really important legal stuff on this page, you know, some terms and conditions that if you break you can have your account punished and maybe even terminated. So I'm going to read you through some really important stuff that I found on this page before I move you through to my account and show you the creation process and talk about price points and all that stuff. First thing I found that, you know, you probably already know what a PopSocket is. There's a cool video at the top of this page. If you don't know what it is, it just sort of runs you through the features and why people are buying PopSockets. But the most important things I found, royalties. Let's have a look at the royalties quickly for PopSockets. So you can see the royalties for PopSockets are pretty different to the t-shirts. Here's your standard t-shirt in the US. If you sell it for $15.99, you're getting $2.36 royalty. $19.99 t-shirt, which is a popular price point, you're going to get $5.38 back. If you go down to the PopSockets though, down here, you can see if you sell your PopSockets for $13.99, you're only going to get a $1.56 return, like a royalty. $14.99, $2.25. $16.99, $3.28. So it's a lower royalty straight off the bat. And also, you know, PopSockets typically are selling for cheaper, from what I've seen, than t-shirts. So you've got to sell a PopSocket for cheaper and you're going to get a lower royalty. What I've sort of come to understand so far is that you need to aim to be selling a lot more PopSockets than t-shirts to make, you know, some impressive royalties. But let's scroll down to what else I found really interesting. So when you start designing PopSockets, you can download a new design template to use in Photoshop that Merch by Amazon gives you. What I've sort of come to understand so far is that you need to aim to be selling a lot more PopSockets than t-shirts to make, you know, some impressive royalties. But let's scroll down to what else I found really interesting. So when you start designing PopSockets, you can download a new design template to use in Photoshop that Merch by Amazon gives you. And something really important that they said about this template when you're doing your designs is that everything that you want on your PopSocket needs to be inside this red circle. Because if it's not inside the red circle, you know, if you have your designs going outside the red circle and in between the red and the green, it could get clipped off the PopSocket when it's printed. The printing isn't like millimeter perfect precision. So everything is important, they say, to get inside this red circle, and then anything less important or just the natural background colour, have that going up to the green. But everything important needs to be inside the red circle. So that's one thing to notice. So here you go, there's an example. If you're doing a moon, make sure it goes right to the edge and it doesn't just stop at the red line, but everything, the most important stuff, needs to be within the red line. Something really important, this is the legal thing I was talking about that I found out since looking into PopSockets this week, is you can't use the term PopSockets in your brand's name. So when you're uploading your listing, you know, you've done your design, you're creating your PopSocket, and you're choosing brand, title, and your bullet points, you can't use the word PopSockets in the name of your brand for your listing. And the reason for that being is PopSockets is actually already a brand name. It's a company name. PopSockets.co.uk here and PopSockets.com if you're in America already exist. There's a brand that has the name PopSockets. So you can't actually use this name in your brand name on Amazon because you'll be breaking the law. You'll be breaking copyright infringement by using another company's name as your name. It'd be like if you called your brand name McDonald's, you know, there's already a company that exists with the name PopSockets. That means that you can't use that brand name in your Merch by Amazon brand name. Yeah, and this is, I guess, what Amazon have done is because, you know, PopSockets, the brand has tons of PopSockets for sale on their website and also on Amazon. They already have PopSockets that they're selling through Amazon. And I guess what Amazon have done is they must have like had this licensing agreement, this partnership where they're buying the actual, you know, the hardware, the thing that sticks on your phone from PopSockets. And then, you know, Amazon are paying them for that bulk order, paying them to have the actual PopSockets as part of Merch by Amazon, and then Amazon are keeping a bit of the profit, you're keeping a bit of profit, and PopSockets, the brand, the company, are making profit because they're selling these PopSockets to Amazon. I know I just said PopSockets a ton of times there, but I'm going to say it some more. So I guess there's a partnership going on with Amazon and PopSockets, and we're just being able to benefit from the top of that and make a little bit of profit, a little bit of royalty off the top. But that's probably why the royalties aren't as high as just the straight up t-shirts that you sell through Merch by Amazon that come directly from Amazon. Alright, so moving on, what does it look like when you're making your first PopSocket? So you can see on my account, the create page, we're on here, you can see if we go to the drop down box, we've had an extra thing added to this drop down box. So I can now sell PopSockets. So that's the only change you're going to see on the create page, is an extra row in that drop down box. So if you're not sure if you've got these or not, go to that page and see if PopSockets have been added to your account. But when they have, you're going to see that two circles, the red and the green, like you saw on the frequently asked questions page, and that's where you're going to upload your design. So here's a design I made earlier. I'm just going to add my happy leprechaun up onto Amazon, and I'll show you how this sort of gets uploaded, and then how the images that the customer is going to see, how they get presented, so the sort of images that get generated for your customer when they land on your product. So you can see my happy leprechaun, he's drunk and he's being sick with Lucky Charms. No, sorry, 4-leaf clovers are coming out of his mouth. You know, this was an old St. Patrick's Day t-shirt that I designed last St. Patrick's Day. And if we go to save and continue, you're going to see the image is flat now, but when we go to the next page, you'll see how it's displayed to the customer when they land on your PopSocket. And we can see here, look, it's actually put it at an angle. So Amazon takes your image, uses old algorithms and technology to change the perspective so that the customer is going to see this preview image when they are going to buy your PopSocket. And then you get to choose your price here. So you can see $14.99, the royalty is $2.25. That's the same as what we saw on the royalties page. And from the research I've done already, the typical price for selling PopSockets on Merch by Amazon is $14.99. So that's what I've come to understand so far. If anyone's been selling a ton of PopSockets and they've been selling them at different prices, please let me and other people watching this video know in the comments box below and leave your advice and feedback there. But from the research I've done so far, the limited research, $14.99 seems to be the standard price point for the high selling PopSockets. So we're going to save and continue and go through to the next screen, and we get the same thing. You know, ignore these buttons up here because that's my Google Chrome plugin. That's not any difference that Amazon has actually added. That's been added extra as a plugin that I've got to Chrome. But you're going to see the normal screen here when you get to the PopSocket. So brand name, title of products, and then put in your bullet points here. I'll just put some typical things in. So Irish drinking company as a brand name. You're going to see my terrible spelling now as I try to remember how to spell leprechaun drinking. So as I said before, you know, we can't use the word PopSockets in the brand name. We can only use it in the title of the product. So I'm going to have to take that out of the brand name, and I could put it here if I wanted to. PopSockets. PopSocket. I believe you're allowed to use it in the title. If I'm wrong with this, please correct me and let everyone else know in the comments box below. From what I've read though so far, I believe you're allowed to use the word PopSocket in the title of your product, just not the brand name. $14.99, and I'm going to just, you know, just because this is an example, I'll put something really simple like this is a, just speed things up, copy paste, leprechaun drinking PopSocket. I'm probably not going to publish this, I'm going to save it as a draft. I just wanted to show you it as a demonstration. Save and continue. And we're going to see the final page now, and you'll see that actually, I think we're going to see all the multiple images, yeah, that Amazon generates. So now when this sale goes live, the customers are going to see this image, and this image, the flattened PopSocket. So it's really quite cool, and the different, like, what are they called, like templates, or the different placeholder images that Amazon generates to show your design at different angles, and when the PopSocket's in a different state, open and close. It's all that for you automatically. You don't have to worry about it. So I was really impressed by that. So yeah, basically from start to finish, that's the new process for making PopSockets. And for anyone that's not got it already, you should be getting it in the very close future. And finally, one thing I wanted to show you, an extra thing I've learned from my research, is from the Amazon.com homepage. I wanted to do some research on Amazon to find some high selling PopSockets, just to see what sells and what doesn't. So I typed into the search bar PopSockets and did a search. But when you search for that, look, I was really surprised. Only 153 results were coming up. And I was like, what? 153 results? Like, surely, no, this isn't right. It's open to the whole Merch by Amazon community. There's got to be thousands or hundreds of thousands of PopSockets on Amazon so far. So I couldn't do any research, you know, just by typing in that in. All it was coming back, if we scroll down, are the products from the brand PopSockets. And that goes back to the legalities here, where you can't use the name PopSockets as your brand. There's no Merch by Amazon products coming up. And it must be an arrangement that PopSockets and Amazon made so that Merch by Amazon products aren't getting in the way of PopSockets products, you know, that they're the priority, they're what people see when you search PopSockets. So a workaround that I found in order to actually find competitor PopSockets on Amazon is to just put a space in there. If you search for pop space sockets, let's do a search in all, we're going to see over 1,000 results. And as we start going through this page, that 1,000 will start to increase to 2,000, 3,000, I imagine, as well. That's usually what happens with Amazon. But now we're going to actually start seeing designs. Let's get past the sponsored and past all this stuff, past all that. We're going to see designs of PopSockets that are from different brands. Here we go, Tic Tac Tex, Blinku, you know. So we're not just seeing the PopSockets brands products, we're seeing different Merch by Amazon competitor products, I guess, so that you can do your research and find designs that are selling. Cool, so that's it really, that's the long and short of it. You'll get an email when you've had your account approved for PopSockets by Merch by Amazon, and that email will give you like all the frequently asked questions page, the terms and conditions that I showed you, and you'll be able to then create PopSockets from that create screen, the drop down box that shows on the create screen. If you've already got a Merch by Amazon account, you know, and you haven't got PopSockets yet, just stay motivated. It's going to come at some point. I'm tier 2000 and I got PopSockets, but I know people who are tier 1000. There was a day this week where a lot of people got access to it. So Amazon are just unlocking this functionality in groups, you know, and it's giving more and more groups access to it over time. So you will be included in some time. It doesn't matter what tier you're on or how many sales. This is going to be functionality that's rolled out to the whole community. So stay motivated. You're going to be able to do it. And because there's less competition so far with PopSockets, I'd say jump onto making designs as quick as possible. I'm starting this week and I'll be doing a video as soon as I've made my first PopSocket sale. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot easier to make a PopSocket sale than it is to make a t-shirt sale. Well, I'll keep you informed with that. But yeah, stay motivated, you can do it. Thanks for watching this channel. Starting up. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like I said, videos all about sharing tips for selling online. Videos every Monday and Thursday, just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and also click on the Patreon button if you want some extra help outside of YouTube through my Patreon. So thanks guys. Bye.